Hello, everybody. Sam Davidson here with MEA Worldwide. We are here inside of our homes during quarantine, but we still want to bring you the best content, talking about the newest shows that are out right now. And of course, we've been doing all of these interviews for The Baker and the Beauty. It is an amazing new show on ABC. And today, we're very excited to have Georgina Reilly, who is an amazing, amazing part of the show. How are you doing?
Hi, thank you. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Well, first of all, how are you holding up with all of this? Where are you at right now?
We got back to LA. We were in Manhattan, about to start another job. And then, we saw the writing on the wall. My husband, that's my toddler. I'm in quarantine with a toddler. My husband was like, I think we should, get home. And so we're back in LA and home, and I have a 2.5-year-old. So, look, we're very lucky. We have a wonderful home and we're here and we're all together, which, with our jobs, we're always traveling. So to be all together is is good, but it's tough for everybody, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, I've done a bunch of the Baker and the Beauty interviews with different cast members, and it's such an amazing time, to have a show like this come out because it is so much fun, so positive. Tell me what attracted you to the project originally.
Well, I'm a big fan of romantic comedies. I love them. I find them very uplifting. They're something I always turn to, when I want to watch something that makes me feel good, but also has a great story and gives you hope. And, I like things to do with love. So when I got the script, I was excited because it was the best friend, and the best friend to me has always been just a really fun part to play. I mean, Judy Greer is the best friend of best friends. Like, she's amazing in all those movies. So it was just fun and uplifting, and I kind of just really got her. We're somewhat similar of a person, and so yeah, it just kind of all fell into place. And I just did the tape, I did the audition, and I sent it off. But when I did it, I did feel very just like I had a really good time with the material. And when that happens, I find it's normally, something that ends up working out.
And as an audience, most of us are rooting for this romantic relationship between Daniel and Noah, and we're very much behind it. It's so much fun to watch, but how does your character play into that? Is she rooting for the relationship, or is she more wanting, Noah to stay on the side of dating Hollywood actors or athletes or things like that?
I think Piper is very pro Daniel. I think that Noah and Piper have known each other since they were teenagers. And so she's grown up with Noah and seen Noah become this icon. And I think that Daniel is just a normal, wonderful dude. I won't say normal in a bad way, just, a regular dude. He's not trying to be anything other than who he is. And I think that Piper instinctively right away thinks that would just be so good for Noah, considering what she's dated before. So Piper's pretty pro and wants to give Noah some normalcy in her life. And is sort of in a way like this, kind of the bridge between these two worlds, because Piper's definitely in this world and has her own understanding of it, but she's also like a regular person. So she kind of gets, it's kind of like a conduit between the two of them in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. And so a lot of times with celebrities, we see that they have entourages of people. A lot of times it's childhood friends, and a lot of times it's also people that might not be a positive influence for the celebrity themselves. I'm assuming, you kind of fall into the childhood friend that has her back, but is Noah at all surrounded by people that might not have her best interest at heart? And how do you kind of protect her from that?
I don't want to give away too much. I think because Lewis, obviously we see in episode 1 that Lewis has an opinion on the relationships that Noah has, but I also think Lewis is trying to do the right thing, and he's a businessman as well. So he's trying to balance a personal and a professional aspect for Noah. Mm-hmm. So there's definitely, there's just the conflict of the world that Noah is a part of and what is expected of her. But I think no one is really super against it. I guess you have to watch the show to see that his opinions start to change on the whole situation.
And what was it like working with Natalie Kelly in real life? Did you guys spark a friendship behind the scenes? Because I know a lot of your scenes were probably with her.
Yeah, she was wonderful. She was very welcoming right away. She really cares about the show and making it as real and organic as possible, the relationships. And obviously, when you hop into a show, the pilot had already been shot. I actually hadn't come in until after the pilot was shot. So I was added to that. And it was very important to Nat to have like a true friendship, and to me as an actress. But obviously, I'm coming in, so I'm just letting, I'm seeing what the scene is. And Natalie, Dean, our creator, set us up, and Becky set us up to have email with each other. And then Nat right away was like, come hang out, let's have tea, let's talk, let's share stories, let's create a base, because we got to go to work tomorrow and there needs to be a history here. And we really got along right away. And I respect Nat a lot. She's a really hard worker. And yeah, she's passionate about the show, which is so, in your leads, both her and Victor are very passionate about it, which inspires the rest of the cast. It's very important that your leaders feel that way about their work.
And what was it like shooting in Puerto Rico? Was it a different kind of experience than you had on sets before?
Yeah, I have done shooting on location, but not that. I have a 2-year-old and my husband's also an actor, and my husband was traveling for work. So I actually went to Toronto where my parents live, and I would fly from Toronto to San Juan back and forth because I wasn't always shooting in Puerto Rico. I could leave in between episodes and things like that. So it was a pretty intense flying schedule for me. I think I did like 40 something flights in like 3 months. And obviously having that break from a toddler is also very nice. I get to a hotel and I get to sleep and like, all those things. It was a lot of work though, in a great way. And Puerto Rico is a beautiful place, amazing food, wonderful people. I love our job because it takes you to places that maybe I wouldn't just, choose to go visit necessarily. So it was really, I feel very lucky that we got to go and be there.
And it's also quite a unique project, not just because they shot in Puerto Rico, but almost all of the cast and almost all of the crew I've heard is, of Latin descent of some sort, Hispanic of some sort. So,
Yeah.
were you one of the only people on set that, didn't share kind of that cultural thing? Like, did you learn a lot about the culture that you didn't know before?
Yes. Oh my God. 100%. I feel like I was the only person who didn't speak Spanish. So I was learning and I really started to understand more. I don't speak it very well, but it was so wonderful. I loved just being a part of a different culture and learning about it. And it's so warm and vibrant and fun, and dancing is always welcomed at any moment. And the food is delicious. And it's really about community and groups and family, which I guess you definitely see on the show. And our cast was they really welcomed me with open arms. We went for lots of dinners together. We spent a lot of time outside of shooting, which doesn't always happen. Not every cast becomes a family. And this one definitely welcomed me. And I'm so proud to be a part of a show like that. I'm so proud that, there's that representation on TV, and it just works so well for the show. Like that family is just so perfect. And, yeah, I'm very happy to be a part of it.
And do you have a favorite memory from the show, whether it was, a scene that you guys were shooting that you had a hard time getting through, or just like behind the scenes moment that's a nice memory you're going to take with you?
Oh my gosh, so many. I mean, Dan Bucatinsky and I became quite close because, I did most of my scenes with him, and we created this kind of duo that sort of came out of nowhere. We weren't necessarily anticipating that our characters would have this sort of bond and banter. And Dan and I are kind of like that anyway in real life, and we really just clicked. And I have a lot of wonderful memories of just after work, trying to find ceviche and a glass of wine and talking about our characters. And then scene wise, we collaborated so well as a group. Me, Nat, and Dan all really talked about our stuff, and it was just a really wonderful collaborative experience that way as an actor. And we felt like we were given a lot of freedom from the writers, and they gave us a great base, and we just came in and played together. And that, I love what I do for a living, and I love my job. So when it's made easier and more playful, it's just, I feel very, lucky.
And do you have any future projects on the horizon, or anything that you kind of had to stop because of quarantine?
Yeah, I can't really say because I don't know if it would be a reveal for the season, but yes, I was about to start a job that then got put on hold. But then I actually feel grateful that I have something hopefully to go back to after this is all done, because it's definitely the part of this that's tough for people, is not knowing what the next thing is, which is what an artist goes through anyway. So I'm excited about that. But right now I'm just really excited to promote the show and for everybody to see it. And it seems to be being received really well. And yeah, and I'm sharing a lot of behind the scenes stuff on my Instagram so people can kind of see, videos of what went on. And yeah.
Where can people find you on Instagram?
It's my name. So Georgina Reilly, GeorginaReilly, I was going to give you my email just then, like out of automatic, but yeah, at Georgina Reilly. That's where you can find me. I love Instagram. I try to reply to everybody, and it's a very bonding format right now. Like everybody, that's how everyone's communicating. So.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And guys, the show has gotten rave reviews, The Baker and the Beauty. It's on ABC's on Mondays at 10 p.m. and we'll see you next time. Thanks, Georgina. Stay
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Yeah, stay well. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.